What if love wasn't just a risk of heartbreak, but a matter of life and death? What if every single day you woke up knowing that the clock on your life was ticking faster than everyone else's? That's the haunting beauty of Khemjira, Domundi and Mandee's brand new boys' love series that has completely shaken up the BL world in 2025. Fans are calling it daring, chilling, and utterly unforgettable. This is not your usual high school romance, or workplace slow burn, or light-hearted rom-com. Kamjira is dark, it's tragic, it's beautiful, and it has already cemented itself as one of the most important BL series in years. Today, I'm going to take you deep inside why Kamjira isn't just a hit. It may actually be the best BL series of 2025. The heart of Kamjira is a story that sounds like something straight out of a Thai folktale. We meet Kem, a boy born under a curse. According to the fate written for him, he will die before his 20th birthday. His mother, desperate to save him, tries something that comes from old traditions and superstitions. She gives him a girl's name, Kamjira, hoping that by confusing the spirits, she can outsmart death itself. It's a detail that seems small, but it shapes his entire existence. From the beginning, he grows up knowing that he is different, that even his own identity was shaped not by choice, but by fear of a curse. And here's where the show gets brilliant. It doesn't shy away from that tension. His name, his destiny, his very identity are all tied to this haunting idea that he might not live long enough to see adulthood. That's not just a plot twist, it's the very soul of the story. This is where Kamjira dares to be different. In so many B-cells, the conflict is whether the leads will admit their feelings, or whether society will accept them. But in Kamjira, the conflict is survival itself. Will love even have the chance to exist when the shadow of death hangs over every single scene? It's chilling, it's heartbreaking, but it's also what makes the show unforgettable. Let's talk about the actors. Keng, who plays Kem, had never carried a lead role before this, and honestly, he's phenomenal. Keng's performance feels raw, layered, and haunting. You see the fear in his eyes, every time something supernatural brushes against him, every time he's reminded of the ticking clock. But you also see the determination to live, to laugh, to fall in love despite the curse. That balance of fragility and strength is what makes him such a compelling protagonist. Then there's Namping. His character could have easily fallen into the background as just the love interest, but instead, he becomes the anchor that keeps Kem grounded. Namping's presence brings warmth to the otherwise chilling world of Kamjira. Every time he's on screen, it feels like we, the audience, get to breathe a little easier. And let me just say, their chemistry, it's magnetic. It doesn't feel like acting. It feels messy, it feels real, it feels like two young people stumbling into something bigger than themselves. In some BLS, the romance feels polished, like it's designed for fan service. Here, it feels organic, even fragile, as if it could break at any moment. And that's exactly why it works. Think back to the first time you saw Bilkin and PP and I Told Sunset About You. That same raw energy is here, but with a darker, more desperate edge. Keng and Namping don't just act like two boys in love, they act like two souls clinging to each other against destiny itself. Now here's where Kamjira becomes revolutionary. This is not just a romance series. It is unapologetically a horror story. We're talking candlelit shrines, dark omens, whispers in empty rooms, and shadows that follow Kem wherever he goes. But instead of making the romance feel out of place, the horror actually makes the love story more intense. Because every moment of joy feels stolen. Every smile feels like defiance. Every kiss feels like an act of rebellion against death itself. Imagine this. In most BLs, a handhold might just make your heart flutter. But in Kamjira, that handhold feels like a lifeline. Because when you're cursed to die young, every second of closeness becomes precious. It's like the series is saying love matters most when time is short, and honestly, that makes it more romantic than almost any fluffy BL I've seen. To really understand why Kamjira is so groundbreaking, let's put it side by side with other beloved BLS. KinnPorsche gave us mafia, guns, and a dangerous forbidden love. It showed us that BLS could be thrilling and violent, not just soft and sweet. I Told Sunset About You gave us intimacy, vulnerability, and artistry. It showed us that BLS could be raw and cinematic. 1000 Stars gave us fate and sacrifice, set against the breathtaking Thai countryside. But Khemjira? It combines all of that, and then it raises the stakes. It asks, what if you don't even know if you'll live long enough to confess your love? It's the emotional rawness of ITSAY, the danger of KinnPorsche, the tragic destiny of 1000 Stars, and the haunting atmosphere of classic Thai horror films like Shudder. And somehow, it blends into a single seamless story. That's why fans aren't just calling this a good BL. They're calling it revolutionary. At its core, Kamjira is more than just a love story. It's about fate, fear, and the chains of family history. The curse Kem carries doesn't come from nowhere. It's tied to something his ancestors did. This idea of inherited sins, inherited trauma, and trying to break free from it resonates deeply. Because for so many people, especially in queer communities, the past shapes you in ways you can't always control. Kem's fear of dying isn't just literal, it's symbolic. It represents all the fears we carry about whether we'll be accepted, whether we'll be loved, whether we'll even be allowed to exist freely. But then comes Namping, who represents hope. His love says, even if the world is against you, even if fate itself says you're doomed, you still deserve to be loved. That's the heartbeat of Kamjira. And it's that heartbeat that makes fans cry, scream, and rewatch scenes late at night, clutching their pillows. The fandom response has been explosive. From the very first episode, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram lit up with edits, reactions, and theories. Fans are obsessed with decoding the curse, asking if Kem can break it, if Namping will sacrifice something for him, or if the show is preparing us for a tragic ending. International fans are praising the show for bringing something new to the table. For years, BL has been dominated by school settings, office romances, and rom-com plots. Khemjira dares to be different, and people are rewarding that bravery with non-stop hype. We're already seeing fan art, fan fiction, and even cosplay popping up online. It feels like the early KinnPorsche days when fandom wasn't just watching a show, it was living inside it. So let's answer the big question. Why do I believe Kamjira is the best BL of 2025? Because it doesn't play it safe. It doesn't recycle old tropes. It takes risks, and those risks pay off. It's romantic without being cheesy. It's scary without losing its emotional core. It's heartbreaking, but also filled with hope. And most importantly, it feels alive. It feels urgent. It feels like a story that needed to be told. At the end of the day, Kamjira is not just another BL series. It's a haunting love story that asks, what does it mean to love when tomorrow isn't promised? Whether the curse is broken or not, whether Kem lives or dies, one thing is certain. This series has already carved its place in BL history. So if you haven't watched Kamjira yet, stop what you're doing and go experience it. It may just change the way you see BL forever. And that is why Kamjira is, without a doubt, the best BL of 2025. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your theories in the comments. Do you think Kem can escape the curse? Or is love doomed from the start? Let's talk about it.